Hi everyone! Today, we're going to discuss the profiles of a good speaker. What is the importance of being a good speaker? Being a good speaker in business world is a must. Whether you are going on a meeting, interview, selling product, giving lecture, and more. Public speakers inspire their audiences to make a difference. It could be to put something on, begin something new, or to achieve their objectives. Public speaking is crucial because the speaker has the ability to inspire other people to follow their footsteps and to be their best selves. What are the qualities of a good speaker? 1. A good speaker is lively, interested, enthusiastic, and vital. Well, the main purpose of public speaking is to gain the audience's attention and make them interested in what you have to say. And a good speaker's delivery requires a high level of enthusiasm. The ability to feel and express enthusiasm is immensely empowering. 2. A good speaker is earnest. He or she doesn't merely speak for the sake of talking. A competent speaker understands his responsibilities to his audience, and he recognizes the value of time and attempts to communicate the most important things without disturbing the audience. 3. A good speaker has sense of responsibility to his speakers. To be responsible and a respectful speaker in the eyes of the audience and in the eyes of others, you should never distort information. Respect your audience, avoid stereotyping and scapegoating, enrich the lives of your listeners, and treat each speech seriously. 4. A good speaker has sense of responsibility to others in the program. A speaker should be responsible in any speech he or she will give. Respect the value of other people on the program to be good in the eyes of the others and for them to believe on what you are trying to say.
A good speaker has a sense of responsibility to his or her subject. A public speaker's job is to deliver a good and high-quality speech. It is important to respect your subject to avoid misconceptions and convey your messages without offending your subject while speaking. A good speaker has a sense of leadership. As what we always say, the main goal of public speaking is to persuade other people in order to persuade and interact with your audience. It also having a sense of leadership, a good speaker is also a good leader. A good speaker keeps his head. A speaker is an audience-centered, meaning he will focus on his audience, and a good speaker has a good posture. Focus on what he is saying and don't distract by any barriers. A good speaker keeps his sense of humor. A person who takes themselves too seriously is disliked by everyone. Humor, wit, and laughter are all techniques that can help you avoid this. However, too much humor can imply a lack of seriousness. There must be a balanced track. Consider humor as a piece rather than a maintained course. When used properly, a little goes a long way. In public speaking, having humor is a must, and the main goal of the speaker is to persuade and interact with others. Having humor can help us a flavor in every speech to make the whole performance of a speaker great.
And now I'm going to discuss and show how to be a good speaker. Being a good speaker involves anticipation, clarity of thought, and even a well-constructed beginning. This means that you have to be more than ready and that you must earn confidence before standing in front of people. These are the basic steps of being a good speaker. The first one is the rule of making eye contact. This can significantly improve a better communication. It helps both people to have focus on the conversation. Second is to have a point and stick to it. Sticking to a point makes us a realistic one. No any gaps, no inconsistencies. And then for the number 3, speak clearly. It is a crucial part of communication, and this involves confidence in doing this. This makes us avoid misunderstanding and alteration of messages. Next is to adjust your speak to the audience. This will improve the speaker's effectiveness, and with this, you can build a great connection between the listeners and you, the speaker. Then you must not use one tone the entire speech. Tone gives shape and life to a message. Thus, a speech must have its dynamics to avoid dull moments. Don't patronize. Patronizing means that speaking or behaving towards you in a way that seems friendly, but shows that they think they are superior to you. And this trait is not a nice way of communicating. This will probably make some conflicts in delivering factual messages to our audience. Also, one of these steps is to be honest. Being honest in what you say builds our confidence in speaking freely. Besides that, speak up. Speaking up can help the listeners to develop their opinion by sharing your thoughts. Thus, it is also essential for us to improve confidence in talking. Being a good speaker involves organizing what you're saying, especially in long speeches. Well-organized speeches are easier for listeners to comprehend, and that listeners find speakers who give well-organized speeches more competent and trustworthy. And being a good speaker requires being polite. Politeness strengthens our interpersonal interactions, assists in the establishment of respect, increase your self-esteem and confidence, and enhance your communication skills. We should also use our hands when doing speech. This is an essential way to accompany our words. Besides that, it helps to have a quick expressing of message. And lastly, watch some videos of great speaker. This will be a good way of adapting something that we want to learn and improve. Watching some videos will probably impart something to us. These steps will help us in enhancing our confidence and also in improving our skills in being an effective speaker.
And now, for number 3, we have problem in speaking. Common problem encountered by many is stage fright. Indeed, stage fright is one of the biggest fear of a performer. You may encounter some problems while performing. When I joined the pageant, fear and anxiety roam inside my mind. Because when you're in a stage, you may think that people are laughing at you or making fun of you. And because of that, you'll think that you're doing something wrong or bad. Next, your voice will tremble, your legs will shake, or you will get a mental block. And that is why problem in speaking or stage fright is one of the hindrances of a performer. Stage phobia or performance anxiety is fear, anxiety, or persistent phobia that can excite a person due to the requirement to act in front of stage. Stage fright can be taken care of. You can usually go to practice or helpful tips to become a great public speaker.
The ability to speak confidently and fluently is something which we will develop by ourselves and the help of some professional and educational teachers. There are several ways to improve our speaking, and these are going to help us in developing a better communication. The first way is to prepare. Nothing is more important than being prepared in communication field as a speaker. The better you prepare, the more confident you will feel. Preparing involves rehearsing correctly. This allows us to practice different aspects of our speech before giving it to an audience. Rehearsal is important as it allows us to put the effective sections back together to make a whole speech that you can practice before presenting it in front of an audience. Adequate hydration is important for proper functioning of the brain. We also definitely should relax before we go on to speak. Lack of relaxation can result to lack of focus. Thus, we can't effectively communicate with this. Breathe and take a moment to calm down before continuing a conversation. Besides that, resting well helps us in expressing our thoughts and ideas better through words and vocal cues. According to the studies, insufficient sleep can impact one's ability to communicate, and it can be much harder to put thoughts into words during a conversation. To articulate is also one way to improve speaking skills. This is important to be able to produce sounds, words, and sentences which are clear and can be easily understood and interpreted by others in order to be able to express basic needs and wants, right through to being able to engage in complex conversations. About being heard, it's not only about the words that are spoken when it comes to communication. Words not only allow us to convey knowledge, but they also allow us to communicate what is on our minds. Warming up is also a good way to improve your skill. It stretches the vocal fold. This reduces vocal fatigue and hoarseness when using your voice over long periods. It also lets you reach a wider range of pitch, which is important for elevating your speech. You should also dress appropriately to impress the audience. This manner will make us present a positive professional image. Speaking skills are defined as the skills which allows us to communicate effectively. They give us the ability to convey information verbally and in a way that the listener can understand. Observing these ways will enhance our speaking skills, which we can use throughout our life.
And that is our video presentation. Thank you for watching.